As Group C cars are my favorite cars in sim racing, we have to talk about them on this channel. Last time around I reviewed the Joest Porsche 962C. But as there is one more Group C car available in Reaceroom, we have to talk about the NISSAN R90CK as well. Or how most people call it, the Nissan Rock. So without further ado, let's take a look on the Nissan. Hi guys, and welcome back on this channel. Nissan Rock is the only competitor of the Joest Porsche in R3E. And when you look closely on the Nissan, you will notice that it doesn't have the giant double wing from the Porsche. That's because Team Joest integrated this twin rear wing in Sebring 1993 in order to gain more downforce. Nissan on the other hand wasn't so quick to respond, and that's why the Nissan got its double wing later on. But as the R3E version of the Nissan Group C car is the R90CK, it can't have the double wing because it was a pre-1993 car. Resulting of all of this is that the Porsche 962C in Reaceroom has tons of more downforce than the Nissan. Now you may ask yourself if the Nissan even stands a chance against the Porsche then. And actually it does. In fact, on some tracks it can even be faster. I think one of the reasons for this is that Porsche stepped out of endurance racing as a works team. And Team Joest, however, wanted to continue, and that's why they needed to modify the older Porsche 962C in order to keep it competitive. Unfortunately, manufacturers, for example like Mercedes, Nissan and Jaguar and Mazda, were still works teams, which meant that they could build a new car, whereas Joest needed to stick with the old one. And that's why Nissan built its car out of carbon fiber, for example, whereas the Porsche had still its aluminum chassis. And that's also the reason why the Nissan can be faster than the Porsche, although it lacks downforce. Now, when it comes to driving then, you may think that the Nissan drives better than the Porsche, but actually that's false, because it doesn't drive easy at all. Part of the reason for that is that the Nissan has even worse turbo lag than the Porsche. The second thing that I noticed while driving was that it feels like the Nissan's brakes are worse too. I can just say, if you really want to control this thing, your driving ability must be pretty good, and if not, it can get pretty frustrating. So if you are a beginner to mediocre driver, you should try the Porsche 962C out first. The big plus of this car, however, is that it drives very much like a single-seater, whereas the Porsche drives like a GT car, which is surprised by the amount of downforce it got. You may have noticed that the cars drive around Suzuka in the background. This track is very much like Spa, perfectly suited for these cars. And as there is nothing really more to say here, let's hear how this beast of a car sounds. I think Sector 3 managed to let this car sound quite well. However, I think the Porsche sounds better. Now, should you buy it? If you can handle it, then go for it. So Reaceroom's car testing will be key for you here. And that's it for this video. Thanks guys for tuning in. Next time around we will have a look on the gigantic Nordschleife. And until then, see you, have a nice one.